Today in this video we will do the leftover portion of chapter Elementary Concept of Objects in Classes. Firstly, we will discuss how to create jar files. Now, what is a jar file? Jar file is a special type of file which combines all the files of a project into a single file. Now, what is the benefit of this file? Of creating a file of all the project files. The benefit is we can easily transfer this file from one place to other. Okay, we can easily send this file from one place to another as an email attachment. You can do this. Okay, so BlueJ supports a special type of file that is known as jar files. These are a special file which combines all the files of a project into a single file is known as a jar file. While creating jar files, you can also make them executable. Now the question arises, what are executable files? If you are creating jar files, you can make them executable file also. Now what is executable file? Executable files are special files, or you can say an application which can directly execute it in Windows Explorer. Okay, file that can directly execute it in Windows Explorer will be executable file. Now the steps to create a jar file. Click on project. Okay, then there will be create jar file option. Okay, select project, click on project menu, then select create jar file option, then go to induce source. Okay, and you can select this one also, and in the main class by default none will be selected. Okay, select the main class name if you want to make jar file executable. Fine, you have to select from here. Now click on continue button. Okay, I specify name for jar file. Specify the name for jar file. Okay, this dialog box will appear, then you will specify the name for that particular jar file. Type the name for jar file and press the create button in the dialog box. Then jar file will be created. Okay, I'm just telling you how to create a jar file. You must know, but we will not be creating in our programs. We will be writing our programs, making projects, writing our programs, and we will be compiling the class and running the class only. Okay. Now the second is print methods. You have done this method, print method, in the sample programs, whatever we have done till now. So print method is used to print or display output on the screen. The act of printing output or outcome or result of a program is very essential. In Java, the process of printing is done by Java's built-in method or function print and println. As I told you earlier, there are two methods, print and println. Okay, what is the difference between the two? This one is a built-in method, or you can say predefined method. Method which is already defined in the class. The compiler knows its meaning, that if you have written print, then what the compiler will do. Everything is clear, already defined. So this one is built-in method, or you can say predefined method. Compiler knows its work. Fine, you have to simply pass the argument whatever you have to print on the screen. Okay, so the format is system.out.println, and within the brackets, within double quotes, you will be writing the message or argument or parameter, you can say. This is argument or parameter, or simply you can say the message, whatever you have to print on the screen. Okay, this will be the output. if you are not writing anything within SOPLN and you are expecting that you will be getting that as output on the screen, you are wrong. Without using print method, you can't print or display anything on the screen. Fine. So this is the method. You can write print or print ln as per your program's requirement. Okay, I will tell you the difference between the two. So this method is responsible for writing or displaying the message on the screen. Okay. Now system. This is a predefined class in Java that indicates output device. Output, this is the name of the object of print stream class. Dot or period, okay, is called member operator. You must know what is this, what is this, what is this, and what is this. Okay, dot, this is known as dot or period. Okay, now within double quotes message part is there. Now come to the print and print ln method. If you are going to use print method, suppose we have written these two statements in Java program, SOP, SOP. SOP, the BlueJ provides an SOP integrated development environment. What will be the output? This will print the messages on the same line like this. Okay, this method will simply print this message and just after that this message like this. Okay, without leaving any line on the same line. Okay, the pointer, after printing this, the pointer will remain on the same line. Then this will be printing this message. This statement will be printing this message on the same line. But if you are using print ln method, pointer automatically shifts to the new line or next line. Okay, what will happen? There should be ln. Okay, you can correct. System.out.println, system.out.println. The BlueJ provides integrated development environment. You have to print this message. So after printing this line, the BlueJ provides, the pointer will come to the next line, new line. ln stands for print is responsible. This method is responsible to print on the screen. And ln is for n for new, l for line, for new line. Okay, fine. So with the help of ln, your pointer will automatically shift to the new line. Your pointer, or you can say the control, shifts to the new or next line. Fine. So after this printing this message, the pointer will come to the next line here. Then this message will be printed. So you will be getting output like this if you are using ln on separate lines, and if you are not using ln, you will be getting output like this. Okay. Another example is given. If you are displaying the value of x and y without using ln, you will be getting output on the same line. Okay, without leaving or without coming to the next line. And if you are using system.out.println, make it correct, ln should be there. Okay, so if you are using ln, you will be getting the output on the different lines. Fine. This is the difference between print and println method. Then I already taught you single line and multiple line comment. Okay, this symbol is known as single line comment symbol. Okay, if you have to write a single line comment or remark, you will be using this, and for multiple line comment you will be using these symbols. Okay, in the beginning you will be writing this, and at the end you will be writing this. In between you will be writing the remark or comment. Okay.